Hello everybody, welcome to another stream. And today I'm not alone. Today I'm also with Kepp, Keep Eating Pizza. Say hi to
Hello.
Kepp. And well, basically for this stream, I normally play always alone, or I did tournament streams on the office itself. But now I just wanted to talk with Kepp, talk about the tournaments he's organizing, the tournament he is going to organize in the upcoming month, and well, just play some fun games in the meanwhile. So I have added a rodent deck to try to challenge Kepp. And Kepp, what have you made?
I've made like frogs, just a deck that's full of frogs. It's all about frogs. And then killing you with obsidian butchers.
Nice. So I will try to have my rodent of ozone purifier counter that tactic from yours. All right, let's start with the match, and then we can also start a bit with Q&A. Kepp is also known as Mr. Toad on Stormbound, and we will start with the current levels. So, Kepp, what is your real name? Because I don't think you are actually called Keep Eating Pizza.
Well, my real name is Davide, like David in English or whatever. And I'm 20. I'm currently in university studying biology.
Oh, nice. Any specific type of, I don't know a lot of biology, but specific section?
Well, I'm into marine biology, like whales and...
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Also, I guess a bit of important with the global warming and everybody fishing.
Let's say I'm studying it, like, so when, problems and stuff. By the way, I'm from Italy. I don't know if...
Cool.
That's why the pizza and stuff like...
So you're also a big fan of pizza yourself.
Yeah, the funny thing about my nickname, it was like I basically made Discord. Like I made Discord after Twitch, and on Twitch I'm Feed Me Pizza.
Oh.
So when I came around and made Discord, I was like, oh yeah, keep feeding me pizza.
Nice.
But I misspelled the first word, so instead of keep, I was Kepp.
Well, a rookie mistake, I imagine.
Yeah, and so like I actually came in the Stormbound. Like I wasn't really present in the community till like some people pinged me and was like, "Oh, this guy is never online," just randomly because I thought I had a cool, like they thought I had a cool name.
Yeah.
And so they pinged me, and the notification came up, and then I started actually being active, and people started calling me Kepp because I had the first word wrong. So then it's just ticked.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's
things happen,
it's
right?
a weird story.
Yeah, but it's a good story, I guess. At least some people just like, oh, I like the sound of this name, or I played game X and this guy was the main character.
Yeah,
that's something to do. And for the study, how many years have you been studying?
well, this is like my second year, so like I'm getting pretty into it.
Nice.
Getting to the rough stuff.
Finally knowing a bit more about biology, I imagine, after the first year.
Yeah, chemistry and everything like that.
You have so many toads.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? Stop feeding me toads.
Be careful of the butchers.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of things I can do about that right now.
One thing I like about the butchers is like, even if, like, if for example I would have used it right now, even if you had toads in front of you, I would have killed them. So like they would still be able to come in.
Yeah, they just run over it, I guess, for their corpses. Cool. Well, you already talked a bit that you weren't really very active on Discord in the beginning, but currently I think you're well known as a player who organized multiple tournaments.
Yeah.
So, how many tournaments have you organized for the people who were just watching?
Well, I think, okay, so there was a couple if in like last spring, then I think like 5 or 6.
That's quite a lot. And all
Yeah.
for Stormbound, or also for different kind of games.
Oh no, just Stormbound. I don't know what like the only game where I was like, yeah, like let's just make a ton of tournaments for this.
Yeah, pretty awesome. I'm a big fan of the faction tournament. I think that was the last
Yeah,
one you've organized.
that was a rough one. That took a while.
Yeah, but it's also very intense, right? With all the kingdoms. And well, I think there were like 60 participants.
Yeah, that was a lot, but it was very fun. Yeah. Hmm. Let me think. Okay.
More toads.
Yes, exactly. So like, I don't even want to win. You know, I'm just counting the toads and being like, how many can I spawn?
Until my rodent army will crush you.
Let's see. Uh, so basically, like, yeah, the last one was very interesting, and like, I was really excited about it, but uh, like, I didn't count in that like the format of the tournament was completely new. Like, I couldn't just go in a like a site and be like, okay, I want to have like 60 people and they are going to be just single elimination, you know?
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
wasn't a known format.
it will be way easier, I imagine.
Yeah, exactly. So that just, it was like, it was new, and so wait, I have to think.
So basically, for people who weren't aware of the faction tournament, it was basically where each participant could enter a kingdom, like Ironclad, Shadowfen, Winterpact, and Swarm. And if 15 people of the same faction kingdom were joined together, they had like 3 weeks to fight different kingdoms. And every player did like every week 3 matches. So that became very tense. Just a bit
Yeah,
of
we
a
had
background.
we had a couple of more than a couple of dropouts. So like, for the next tournaments, I'm all about catching those and being like, make sure you don't actually drop out, because if you do, we're gonna handicap you in some way.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's unavoidable that people will leave a bit, I guess.
Well, I I'm making a new tournament, or trying to. I've been kind of setting it up and organizing it, and it's going to be like only diamond tournament,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's gonna be pretty neat because like all tournament I did were about uh, equal levels,
Yeah.
and that's pretty nice because that means like everyone can play. But at the same time, things at equal levels are different than current levels, just because, you know, Gift of the Wise, for example, at a higher level is just played everywhere, where instead just at first levels it's not really that powerful.
No, yeah, it gives a bunch of mana, but not like the card draw on level 4 and 5. Makes it very strong, and I think that's why the whole meta in the Diamond League is a bit around that, I guess.
Yeah. So
R,
yeah,
you know, like
there are also some Raven, yeah.
yeah,
So I wanted to make an equal level tournament, so I turned to like diamond stuff, and basically I'm gonna tell you about it a bunch, so like you can have a bit of a preview. It's not gonna be that, you know, as special as the faction tournament. It's going to be just a Swiss tournament,
mm-hmm.
which I think it's I mean, it's a very nice way of making a tournament, just because it helps with the matchmaking.
Yeah,
And okay, let me, and it's a Swiss tournament, and it's going to be at current levels, of course, and anyone can just anyone that has a Google account
mm-hmm.
and that is diamond can play. We had to make the Google account thing because to enter the tournament you need to fill out a Google Doc thing,
Okay.
because I figured it would have been much quicker than just having a chat of people talking and then like me and the staff trying to figure out who was gonna enter and like if if they did everything okay. So with just a Google Doc, uh, it's just easier.
Yeah, and I think it's fairly okay nowadays, right? I think most
Yeah,
people will have an Google account.
yeah, and so you enter, and it's gonna be like early February. I mean, like the first week.
Okay.
And
Then
okay,
we will see a bit as well with the new balance update.
yeah, yeah. I hope that it's not gonna be like during the tournament. I hope it's going to be like right before, so that people don't have to like change everything suddenly and not be prepared for it.
Yeah, makes sense. Will be very tricky if that was the case, I guess.
Yeah. So people will enter, and one nice thing about having a Google Doc is that I'm actually able to quiz them about the rules.
Oh, nice.
Like, so I'm sure that they will have read them.
Yeah. Instead of just like, hey, I sign up and then you don't actually
Yeah,
know what people
exactly.
signed up for.
I mean, it's not gonna be like an actual test. It's just a couple of, you know, questions about
Yeah,
the rules.
just to make sure
And
that people know what they are starting with.
yeah, exactly.
Cool. And well, you are really excited. I also want to participate in a current levels tournament. I think it's nice for well, at least a lot of Discord players on will participate, and another bunch of fanatics on Kong forum and Reddit, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I made so many equal level tournaments. I figured for once I could, you know, make a current level.
Yep, it's gonna
Am I
hurt.
gonna kill you? No.
One
Sorry.
HP left.
Yeah, sorry. I was I kind of spaced out a second. I was trying to count and see.
It's fine. Now we'll just win somehow.
I
And oh, do you want to also participate in your own tournament as well?
well, I could, but like that's something I actually figured out the first tournament. Like the first tournament I did, it was only for like Discord people.
Mm-hmm.
Like I actually, it was just to things out and just figure out what, I don't know, just try. Nothing special. And I was like, oh, I we don't have enough people. I guess I'll just sign myself in, and I did, but turned out it's actually kind of hell because it's hard to do stuff and also coordinate people.
Yeah, I
And
think, for example, how long did it take you on a daily basis to
well,
moderate the faction tournament?
the faction was a lot, and so it took like a month and a half, and like every other day I would just look at the sheet, and then during the turn I tend to make
Much.
so that I don't have a lot of work during the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to set things up so that when the tournament starts, I'm like the worst has already passed, and I don't have to worry too much about it.
Yeah,
I
makes.
made I make so that it's easier for the other staff to look for the match reports and everything, just so it won't be too, like I won't have to work on it like another month, just
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. You don't want to swarm yourself too much.
Mm.
Pun intended. Cool. And can you tell me a bit about your first tournament you have organized? Because I think that was even before I was an active player on Discord, so I don't even know anything about it.
Well, it was very, wait, okay. Sorry, just thinking about the game.
Oh,
uh Basically what happened was like, hey, like me and the archaeology, like it was another guy, me and another guy were talking about tournaments and stuff,
mm-hmm.
and we were like, oh, it would be nice to have tournaments.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
yeah, and we were like, why no one has ever done that? And then we were like, well, we can just make them. Like we have the power.
Yeah, nobody is stopping you.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that day or the day after, I was like, yeah, let's just make an Excel sheet, have a Google Doc, and who wants to participate, just, for the glory,
Oh,
nothing serious, no actual prize. And some people turned up and we played. And if I'm not wrong, Pig Taco G was like the first champion.
okay. And how many people did participate?
Uh, 15.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
still a good number, I guess.
yeah. I mean, wasn't anything special, but didn't need the. Let me see if I can kill you.
Yeah, I think you had a bunch of opportunities already with the first mutineer.
Yeah, I think I got distracted, and I
Yeah,
just.
that's the whole reason of this interview, so I can win with a rodent deck against your toad deck. Oh man, so many.
Yeah, I needed a one movement, and I would have killed you, but next turn, I guess.
Yeah, I'll give you another chance.
I So yeah, that was the first tournament. Then we made an Easter tournament, and that one we had like a little prize in like as a game, like as a game key. It was a little price, and uh, yeah, some people turned up, but like, and it's when it comes to in-game prices, you're much more sure that people will like it. You know.
Yeah, so like an extra incentive. People want to win, get the rubies or coins or fusion stones.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So we, so that yeah, some people like people turned out just not a lot, and then um,
It's also maybe a good thing, right? If it's your first
yeah, I
tournament
mean,
and like
exactly.
100 people turn up, then it's maybe a bit too much.
Yeah. This time I saw it and I killed you.
Yeah. Well played.
Thank you. I mean,
Cool. Do you want another match?
yeah.
I
Should I
will.
change that?
Uh, yeah, I think it's fine. Let's play current levels, and I will play the Queen of Swarm.
Okay, then I'm gonna play my hardcore dragon swarm deck.
Cool. Let's find out if I have a chance.
You probably do.
Let's see. Current levels. Nice. And what do you think about? I think besides you organizing tournaments, I think I'm currently participating with the DGL tournament
Yeah.
1 or tournament 2 right now. And I also heard that the Popular Eagle also made a tournament once with his viewers. What do you think
Oh, yeah.
about your tournament competition, so to speak?
Well, I think that's like I'm not really competitive in that sense. I mean, it's just the more people who do this kind of stuff, the more stuff there is for people to enjoy. So it's only good in a sense. And so I look. Of course, I see like, uh, for example, the DGL tournament. I'm actually pretty happy with it because like it's way more official than like me or I think the Popular Eagle,
Yep.
just because it's an actual gaming league. So
Yeah.
that's really cool that uh, like this Stormbound is getting that recognition.
Yeah, I really enjoyed myself as well. Like the guy has a whole website for it, and well,
Mhm.
obviously it doesn't work as smooth as everybody would have liked.
Yeah, I mean,
But what would you expect from? I think he started with Stormbound and an Insurgency, another game. Don't know much about it. Dreadful Keepers. There it is. But yeah, would also be cool. And would you be interested to work, for example, with the DGL tournament or?
well, maybe actually, like I don't, I've never thought about it. That's why I was like so. That's why it took me a second to answer. But I actually never considered it. Yeah, yeah, that would actually be pretty interesting.
Because
Uh,
you can come up with new ideas and make stuff
yeah,
fancy.
and I mean for this tournament. Oh, I made the wrong play. Okay, never mind that. Sorry.
I'm happy. You made me happy a bit.
Well, that would be pretty interesting to work for them or to work with them and just give them ideas or just give them, what I learned from doing this.
Yep. Yeah, because they have like their own Swiss and group stages,
Mm-mm.
like formats in the website built. But I think for Stormbound, like the fun tournament, like factions or kingdom based, or well, yeah, I think we can do quite a lot with Stormbound on that part.
Yeah, and like especially like when you do have, the yeah, it's also interesting when it comes to like for like sorry
No
when
problem.
it's this official, you also get a nice boost in like prize and uh, seriousness of players in a sense. That players are more serious and
Yep. Also,
everything's just.
that went just perfect for you. The whole Ludic matriarchs.
Mhm. Well, the position was like like I had exactly that space to fill in, so I just took
Let's
it.
do it.
Um, yeah, I guess like one thing that I saw making this new tournament. Oh, by the way, I didn't say the prize for it,
Mm-hmm.
so I think as a prize we're going to give out 200 gems
Oh,
for the
nice.
first players,
It's pretty
and
good.
then 200 gems for the and then 100 for a second, and then for the third.
Okay. So those are, well, serious prize earnings, I guess. Even for players who are reaching diamond rank 1. I think it's at least worth a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to try stones as a prize,
Mm-hmm.
but that was gonna be just harder
Okay.
to.
So many dragons.
No, you're getting there. Don't worry. You say there's. No, my card doesn't actually have an
Yeah.
effect. That
Dreadful Keeper's not too strong.
it's very very nice at doing its job. Honestly, as a card, I'm very
Yeah.
happy with it.
Nice. And for tournaments, you're just doing it out of hobby and as a passion. Would it also be considering for future? Like, would you like to work for eSports company and what? That was a good
What?
piece of terror.
Sorry.
Would you be interested, for example, also to help out or participate in like bigger esports scenes, which you see with Fortnite or like StarCraft, Hearthstone?
No, I don't know. Like this hobby of mine, because I mean, after a year, it's basically a hobby of making tournaments. Like I've never considered actually getting serious, and but I like the community of Stormbound, the little more familiar community of Stormbound. I don't think I'll be able to step up my game too much
Okay.
when yeah. You're going hard. Damn.
Yeah, I think this deck is a bit more solid than the previous Rodent deck, I guess.
Hmm.
I actually wanted to play current or equal levels, but I think I
Oh, it's okay.
misclicked a bit. All right,
I
let's.
think I can. It's not gonna be of much use, but it's just gonna be a. I'm just gonna deal some damage to your face just because I can.
Just to say bye bye. Then
So,
I will meet you with my Queen of Hearts, Hurts.
oh yeah, I actually with a deck with the Queen of Hearts, I've gotten like gold a couple of times, and it's pretty nice. I like it.
Yeah, it's super strong in these cases. All right. Well, let's talk a bit about Stormbound. How
Mm.
long have you been playing Stormbound?
Uh, I think I started playing in like September of last year.
Okay. So that's not even that long ago.
Oh wait, no, never mind. Sorry.
Or
I
sep-
think yeah, September of 2017.
yeah, so that's basically around the global launch of the game. I think it's somewhere
Oh,
between 20th of September.
yeah, yeah, around that time, and I don't know. I got really interested because of the like I at the time like I played Magic and I played Hearthstone.
Okay, nice.
And one thing that really got me when I looked at Stormbound was like you have like little models for the legendary creatures,
Mm-hmm.
and that was really interesting because like at the time when I played, like for example Hearthstone, I don't know if you played it. It's
Yeah, played it a lot.
uh, yeah, when you play a legendary creature, it has a cool animation, but then it's still like a circle on the board.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of wanted to have something, that just standed out more, and was that just felt cool. Like I wanted it to feel cool.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
when I saw the models, I was like, "Oh, that's cool."
nice. Good to hear. I really liked a bit more of a legendary unit on the board who is
Yeah,
unique and doing a special ability or whatever.
yeah, that's very nice. I just like the feel of it, the feel of the creature being powerful.
Would you like to see more of like what would you do with the legendary or the hero unit cards?
Well, I think they're pretty nice, like already. One thing that really got me thinking was like the new rodent card, sound drivers.
Mm-hmm.
I really like them. I think they're actually like my favorite card.
Oh, cool. Just
Just
recently,
I don't
yeah.
know, just the thing that when you play them, I don't know if any like if like you probably know them, you know that, but like when you play them, they make a sound. They like there's a little clip of music or people chatting,
Yeah, we
and
used an old fragment sound where
yeah, and that was just really I don't know. I just found it so nice because of the flavor. Like they're pushing it away with sound. So there's this thing, and that was just really neat to see. So not just I thought about maybe they could have a sound for every creature, and then I was like, well, that would just I don't know if that would be
yeah,
a special thing.
think it would be really cool to like make them a bit more alive. I think that's what
Yeah,
I
yeah,
understand from what you were saying. Like ozone purifiers is not just a card that pushes away an bordering enemy unit, but basically ozone purifiers is a character in the world and he has like a bit
yeah.
more story background and something unique, which makes an ozone purifier different than the chaotic pupil, for example.
Mm-mm. Yeah, just like having like I don't know when Frostling attack use ice, when rodent well mouse when sorry
No problem.
when dragon attack have like fire, just make them a little more unique than just have the creatures. But that's I think you already have enough things on your mind to
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on. But yeah, I think it's always good to or gather up the information about the players, because
Mm.
those guys are the people who are playing it, and to make it as best as possible. So let's go to the dreadful keepers. Can you tell
Yeah,
me what went into your mind when you heard about dreadful keepers?
I really like them. Like I was really happy that they were Swarm because like I'm not a big of fan of Winter. I'm more into like Swarm and Ironclad. So when I saw that it was Swarm, I was like, okay, perfect. I don't have to worry about being a Winter Dragon that I would never play.
Yeah, nice,
And also the image is like extremely cool. I really like them.
nice. And
They're colorful. They're nice. They're
the ability.
The ability was like um, I saw it and I was like, okay, this is very powerful. And then I played it and it was like, yeah, this is pretty powerful. Uh, it's nice because as a zero movement unit, you play it to like keep the board intact, to have presence on the board, and so it's really good at doing that. Like last game when I played it, I couldn't really make it work, but like when it does happen and it does create a unit, then it's just like at level 1 it's 6 strength for 3 mana. That's pretty
Yep.
good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you have to have another dragon alive, but
Yeah,
well, if you can force the situation on your hand, it becomes really strong. And it's a bit of the opposite from the normal swarm rush decks, I guess, where
yeah,
swarm just goes really, really fast. And if you look at the draconic roamers, the previous dragon from swarm, which is also a bit more on the aggressive side, I guess,
hmm
where you just have 2 movement and spawn a lot of dragons nearby, and
yeah. That's also a pretty good card. I like the fact that it doesn't worry about like dreadful keepers. If it's like in the middle of the other troops, it can still spawn a unit.
yep,
It doesn't need to, like, if it's blocked off, it can still spawn a unit, and that's very nice because like that's what's powerful in that card. And so making sure that it can spawn makes it even more powerful.
yeah, definitely. It's a good blocker for units, and its skills becomes quite strong on level 5 as well. Where you
Yeah,
have like a
and
7
I have
strength.
it on. Oh, yeah, I have it on level 3, and it's already very good.
So let's see if there will be any balance changes. I think the card is very new, so it's always a bit tricky to say how strong it will be in the end and what its win rate will be.
The nice thing about it is like it's really good at what it's supposed to do, keeping the board, but it's really bad at like either defending or sieging or just dealing damage. So that's why I feel it's not overpowered, just because you know some cards could do like some cards can do everything and just defend and attack and do anything, but that this card is just very good at its job.
Yeah, it's specific purpose, like staying alive and have a board presence.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why it's not OP, because it's just like
Cool.
in any other case, okay, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's very well. If you have like a strong card which has its own situation, then
Yeah,
I think cards needs to be also feel like they're strong, especially if they're on epic, where you have a
yeah,
cool ability and you need to build a deck around it. It's just not an auto include in a deck.
yeah, exactly. It's not just.
Cool. Well, do you have any comments left to talk
Well,
about?
I saw the announcement for like the changes,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm actually pretty happy about them. I'm happy that you're constantly looking, fix and try to tweak stuff. And one thing that I'm very happy about is the green couriers getting buffed.
Yes, the tree movement guys.
Yeah, because like right now at 2 strength, it's a bit too bland,
Yep.
and like I don't think it will become overpowered when it goes to 3, but it will just be nice because it will actually be a 3 movement unit that can be played. And 3 movement is very interesting just because you're used to 1 or 2 movement, and then suddenly with 3 you're like all over the place attacking 3 things at once and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. You can have like a very slow deck, but just this guy to push your front line very much
Yeah,
forward.
yeah, that's a very good idea. Just this guy to suddenly spike your speed suddenly. Yeah.
And I think there's only like Siren of the Seas and Vindicators only has
Yeah.
that kind of ability. Yeah, obviously you have Tsuri and you have Alat that has a strange movement where they go a
Yeah.
bit forward, and Lasting Remains as well.
Oh, I like about Eloth. I'm very happy that you changed the push mechanic.
Oh yes, that's I think that
Yeah,
makes much more
I
sense.
tried to. I think I was one of the people who are like, please change it, please change it.
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
finally did.
yeah.
And
I think it was. Well, I'm not sure about the first intentions, but well, eventually it was also a bit annoying with the quests.
yeah, exactly. That's like one of the main thing was like with the quest, unless you didn't kill the unit, you didn't really get the thing. So it was like a pretty annoying quest to do.
Yep, and
And also there was like the on death effects that were weird.
yeah, because the animation would push them away, and then the on death, for example, when you push infinite loopers, it will still be in front of Olaf.
Yeah. And now that you actually change it, we do have a counter to Embers of Chaos.
Yep.
Because we can indeed push it before it dies.
Yeah, and also try with Project Phoenix. Don't see him
Yeah,
often,
sure.
but you can just push it to your opponent's baseline and kill
Mhm.
it right there. I think that helps a lot as well. And on the side notes for the push and pull quest, also the potion quest will become easier. Don't know if
Oh,
it's inside, but the potion quest has a bit of the same where it first deals damage and then potions a unit. Where it now will be swapped around, where it will potion a unit and then deals damage to it. So you don't have like, ah, damn it, I'm just killing all the units instead of potioning them first. Problem.
yeah. And like I know maybe like flavor wise, it's a bit if they throw dynamite at you, you're gonna yeah, like first you're gonna get burnt and then you're gonna be thrown away. But it's a game. We can do this kind of stuff. Like we don't need to be
Yeah.
always consistent.
No, it also needs to be user friendly, right? And I think that's very important. Cool. Do you have any cards you want to talk about, or maybe an idea of a new card? It's like, oh, this should be so cool. This should be me as a legendary unit, or
Well, when we had the card when we had the card community card,
yeah, with
the
Harvester of Souls.
yeah, I submitted a card that would like every turn would just instead of going forward, on the same row. It would just randomly swap row.
Oh, nice. Something like a
And like,
drunken movement.
yeah, exactly. And then of course it had to be empty. But I don't know. I think it could be a frog, of course, because it's jumping.
Oh yeah.
But I think it's just interesting because it would just dodge everything
Yeah. I think it works for
instead of killing dying.
could be even multiple unit types, right? The drunken dwarf or
Also, like I'm looking everyone is having.
sorry, I think the audio is a bit off.
Oh,
I think everything got a bit filtered out. But you said the last words.
can you hear me?
Yes, it's better.
Okay. Everyone is shouting about having a new game mode.
Yep.
So I'm interested in that. In like, what will you do and what will that bring?
Yeah, it's a big task, right? Making a
Yeah.
whole game mode, and because well, you can obviously make smaller game modes versus or you can make it as wild as an deck drafting, what they do in
Yeah,
Hearthstone, for example.
Yeah, it's gonna be different, but I think it really benefit the game, especially if it's like some kind of draft game mode, like a one where you choose when you make a deck randomly, basically, when you choose your deck and then you go against opponents that did the same.
Yep.
But I don't know. We'll see. I'm just excited for anything that you can bring out.
Yeah, it's always good to hear. Yeah, we will definitely do our best to make as many people happy as possible, and also do things that are feasible within
Yeah,
our powers.
exactly. That's
Like we cannot, we don't have sadly a magic hat where bunnies and bunnies just pop out of. I think that's the
yeah.
saying. Cool.
Mm.
And well, Dreadful Keepers is one of the cards you really like. Do you have a different card which you like the most? Can be a spell, it can be a hero, or just a simple unit.
I like the rodent, the new rodent, the sound drivers.
Oh yeah, but
I also like Eloth very much. I just I don't know. I think it's cute. I think it's cute. It's chubby and it's a dragon, and I think it's cute.
cool.
And I also like I like your card I was talking about.
The Embers of Chaos.
Yeah, Ember of Chaos.
I think I missed that part.
Yeah, the art is very nice and the effect also is very interesting.
Yeah, I was very happy when I saw this card. It's like all the flames and a bit weird with an arrow in his head, but well, that happens to dragons.
Did you actually like? Did they make it as a surprise to you? Like, did you know anything about it until it actually come out?
No, I knew it beforehand because I also tested the cards myself. That they won't be buggy and stuff. But well, it was a surprise when there were new dragons, and the designer came to me and said, "Hey, yeah, I was also planning to name one card after you. Do you have any specific name in mind? Because MKM doesn't really fit well on a card.
Yeah,
it needs to be a bit of a dragon name." So then I helped a bit out with the name. I think it's hard.
It's pretty fit. Yeah, it's like Embers. I think it's pretty close.
Yeah. And Chaos, KM. That's phonetically a bit the same. But cool. Do you have any card that you would give? Would you really like but would never use?
A card that would just get banned,
And
or
a card
or
that
that I
you
just
like but you
I
will
don't.
never use because it's not good
Well,
enough, or you just like the
oh yeah,
ability, but
I think it's a fortification tonic. I like the idea of it. I just like more than fortification tonic. It's Doctor Mia. I like the idea of it. I just don't use it because I have it level one, so I just like it's not good enough. I'm sorry,
yeah,
but
you need to upgrade it to level 3 or something.
yeah, exactly. I really like Toad.
They
Like,
elevated.
yeah, I like frogs, so of course,
Yeah,
when it comes to a frog hero, I'm interested. And I think it's really nice just how it jumps around and gains strength.
yeah, it's a wonky mechanic that you don't actually see a lot.
Mm.
And I haven't seen a lot of Toti elevated. I think not the last balance update, but the update before that. He had some modifications which made him a bit stronger, I guess.
Yeah, like making it cheaper helps a lot with, making a fast deck. And I mean, it jumps around, so it can really gain you a lot of ground immediately. So having a fast deck with a high cost toad wouldn't be nice. But now that it's cheaper, I think it's pretty good.
Nice. Yeah, let's see what will happen
Mm.
with him if he gets into the meta sooner or later. I think it's also a matter of time when people just level up their cards.
Yeah, true. I'm excited to see like how Shadowfan fares with the new update, with the new poison stuff and everything.
Yeah, how do you think about the reduction in damage, but having more potion units on the board?
Yeah, like it's a nice update because I think that like it was like poison was like, what do I do? Do I kill other people with like dealing a lot of damage and poisoning them, or do I try not to kill them and use like marked as prey on them?
Yep. Yeah, Ember
What do I
Hides,
do?
Broad Sages.
Yeah, so like now that the update is like now like when the update will be live, you know that you can actually like people like units will survive, and so you can use your Magda spray, you can use your amber hides on them.
Yep. And also opens up a bit more possibilities where you can interact with potion units.
Mm.
Because currently, well, those three are the cards where you can interact with.
Mm.
But it also
One
helps a
thing,
bit with
oh
Obsidian Butchers, I guess.
yeah, true. That's also true. One thing that I saw a lot of people talk about was making so that it like amber hides drains the strongest unit instead of the just a random unit.
Oh, yeah. So you have a bit more, yeah, you ensure a bit more of the value gained by it.
Yeah, so that will help. Like, or for example, making Klaxi uh, kill this, like destroy the three weakest units.
Yep.
Having a
Well,
bit of more control when it comes to that.
yep. Yeah, I think for Ember Heights, yeah, it's a bit tricky because if you would do it something like that, it can become, well, very strong. Because
Mm. Yeah,
let's look, for example, on level 5, where he has 8 strength, moves 1, and can drain up to 8 strength from an opponent. So
yeah,
you
that's a
deal
lot.
6 damage, you gain 8 strength. So it is like 24 value for 5 mana,
Yeah.
which also moves forward. But yeah, then the card should be rebalanced. I think we would see if that is necessary with the Crimson Sentry and the Toxic Sacrifice change. And for the Klaxi, the buff for the card has been removed. Because I think the idea is to do a different kind of change for Klaxi.
Hmm.
Where in the next update, or not in the upcoming update, but think it was the update afterwards,
Mm-hmm.
where Klaxi also gets a bit of well, maybe look into how her ability can be a bit more solid, and instead of
Yeah.
just giving her one more strength, which will help to increase her win rates, but
Mm.
it's not
It
really
is.
solving the issues she has at the moment.
It is pretty like it is a pretty strong card, honestly. Like I have it in my like little toad deck.
Mm-hmm.
Just like every other card is like 4 or lower, like 4 mana or lower.
Yeah.
But and I just put that in so that when it comes to a slower deck, I can just have this powerhouse that just brings a lot of power to the table and can really hurt and just grind more slower decks. So it is very powerful. Yeah, it does need a bit of tweaking, but I think it's pretty nice.
Yeah, maybe it will, if the meta becomes a bit slower, where the swarm rush will be a bit weakened, then it might see a bit also more play, right? If you
Yeah,
don't
of
have
course.
to scavenge to survive against an aggro deck, then you can have more mana turns, and then, well, obviously Klaxi shines in that space.
Of course.
Cool. Well, I think we can wrap it up for today.
Okay.
Or do you have any questions for me you want to ask?
Not really. I think I'm good.
Cool.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah, it was fun. It's the first time I've been doing this as well. So most likely, for if we do it more often with you, with other guests, I hope it will become a bit more smoother. And well, I really liked it, and it's good to have a talk. The fun matches in the beginning were also nice to do. I felt it was fun to do, maybe also fun for the people who are watching, but also a bit more difficult when you try to explain things or come up with questions while also you actually want to play the match you were in front of.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty nice challenge, I'd say.
Cool. Do you have any more shout outs for the people who helped you organizing the tournaments?
I of course I want to shout out Frozen Earth, which was like in the faction tournament was extremely helpful.
Nice.
And then there were Penguin
Cool.
and Hiking Viking and Hayanami. I hope I said that right.
Yeah, I just pronounced it Ayanami, so I think it's
Yeah.
similar.
And in the next tournament, they also help a bit with other people too, and I hope that everything will go smoothly. So be prepared for the next tournament. It will start the 2nd of February. Hopefully, like if everything goes according to plan, it will start the 2nd February.
Nice.
2nd of February, and there will be like a week of subscriptions, and then the actual tournament will start. The matches and everything.
Yeah. Pretty awesome. Well, I will sign up. Hopefully, others will as well. Will be nice to have a whole bunch of diamond players hooking up and actually fight it out in the tournament.
Yeah, it will be like a smaller tournament, only 16 players.
Okay.
But like I figured after the last tournament I would just try to make it smaller and just see. I mean, if a lot of people want to join, we'll see.
Yeah, to all the viewers, let's just all join. So Kepp has more work on his hands. Let's give him the 64 Swiss tournament he doesn't want.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you for joining me and participating in my first interview, or Q&A, I should say, I guess.
Thank you for having me, and
Awesome. And see you guy around, man.
Hmm?
And see you around.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No
See you
problem.
around.
Awesome. Well,
Bye.
viewers, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. This is the first, as I just mentioned, with a chat with Kepp. If you liked it, please tell me what you liked. If you didn't like it, what didn't you like? Because I want to improve this. I would like to do it more often. And, well, get a hang to it. And give different opinions. Give different people a window to talk about the game. Their impressions and what's going on with the community, with the updates. All those kind of stuff. And also talk about fun stuff that maybe isn't Stormbound related. Cool. So that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this, then you can always like the videos and see more of them. Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.